Please subscribe to Face TV Africa and turn the notification on. Face TV Africa on. Please, please subscribe to Face TV Africa and turn the notification on. Face TV Africa, ẹ jọ̀ọ́, subscribe, hete.
Face TV was
Hello, people. Good day, my lovely people. You know, as we do, always bringing you entertainment gist. Back to back from Monday strictly to Friday. I remain your humble host, Femi Bakare. Today, we'll be talking about Two-Face, Idibia, his wife, Brymo, and Daddy Freeze. Today, we'll be looking at what Daddy Freeze, said about Brymo, and it says, the topic says this was said at the wrong time. He's saying to Brymo now that, the false allegation against Two-Face is coming at the wrong time. Saying he said Brymo should let the sleeping dog lies, and we'll be looking we'll be looking at a lot of things, and recently there has been a lot going in the life of Two Baba. Recently, just recently before this is happening, there's something that happened between Two Baba and Idibia. It's just something that wasn't really elaborated in the media sphere like that. So it's just that Annie Idibia accused Two-Face, of sleeping with another woman, thereby leading to pregnancy and all that. And now, Brymo in a tweet yesterday said he accused Two-Face, he accused Two Baba of setting him up at a club. He said some guys somewhere, I didn't know. He said some guys, came around to beat him up. He was first of all taken to an unknown destination where he was being beaten up by Two Baba's guy. And Brymo accused Two-Face of this allegation that why will he call some people to come and beat him up. It's really somehow, something is really fishy that these people are not really letting us know. And then Daddy Freeze came up this morning. He said Brymo should have let the sleeping dog lie, that this shouldn't be coming at the right time, that despite the fact that Two Baba is going through a lot in his family, that Brymo shouldn't have come up with this allegation. I mean, if you check out his tweet, you see all this, you see all what I'm saying. So Daddy Freeze is of the opinion that Brymo should have let the sleeping dog lie. If you don't know who Daddy Freeze is an on air personality. Daddy Freeze is an online on air personality. I mean, so he said he should have let this issue to rest before Brymo came out to accuse Two-Face. If it is true or not, what Brymo is really fighting for is that Two-Face accused him of sleeping with his wife. That is what Brymo said in his tweet, that how can Two Baba, a old Two Baba, be accusing him of sleeping with his wife. The person is talking about here, I wouldn't really know, maybe it's an Idibia or another wife entirely, but I'm sure he's definitely talking about an Idibia. So Brymo in this tweet, he said in my humble opinion, saying this is wrong. I mean, Daddy Freeze telling Brymo now. He said in my own humble opinion, he's saying this is wrong. Haba, and the timing too. These people have gone through a lot. He said I'm not saying you shouldn't speak the truth. It's just better to let the sleeping dog lie. And kicking a man that is already down already, kicking a man that is already down already, you know how it feels like. You know how it's like you know, trying to push somebody to the wall. And by the time that person turns back to you, just be ready for war. That is what, in the nutshell, that is what that the freeze is just saying. I mean, just recently, about some weeks ago, it was all over the social media that Two-Face and his wife, they are going through hard times. I mean, you now saying this at this time is somehow, you know. So even in that vein, Two-Face didn't give up. I think that he even came up with a song. Not just a song, there was even a video shoot for that song. You know, that song entirely, it's, you know, the message it's preaching is about, you know, it's the major theme of that song is talking about family, you know, family problems and all that. You know, I is trying to get out from that problem. That's what the whole track, the whole song, the whole single is sang about when he was having issues with with his family. That was what the old song is all about. And it features one of the major legendary in the music and in the entertainment music industry. So now Brymo is saying that, why should Two-Face, I mean, you should have done your proper research before accusing me that I sleep with your wife. What evidence do you have? I mean, you can't just come at me and be putting all these allegations against me. It sounds somehow. And on top of that, he was beaten by Two-Face guys, you know. So, and all this is happening, all these happenings are not happening here and there. Two-Face is not saying anything yet about these allegations Brymo Brymo laid against him, that Subaba, you accused me of sleeping with your wife. What evidence do you have? What concrete evidence do you have to to prove to the world that I sleep with your wife? So this is what Brymo is really fighting for. I mean, we all have our own civil rights. We have our own human rights. And if this is true, I mean, Subaba should, you know, come with his evidence that, okay, somebody somewhere said this about it or against you, or a video clip should have been a backup that here is the evidence that shows that you are sleeping with so. So, I mean, something has to be done. And as for Daddy Freeze is trying to play safe by saying, should I say play safe this time around, or he's just trying to find a way or find a means to let the whole issue die down by saying, come on, Brymo, you shouldn't have come out this time around. This is not the best. This is not the best time for you to come out and, you know, put allegation against Tubaba, despite the fact that we all know that it's going through hard times. There's still one that is still trying to nurse, and another one is trying to spring up from somewhere. No. And I noticed that Tubaba, despite the fact that people will talk, people will do this, people will, you know, say us, he won't still say anything. He's just this kind of person that he doesn't really let the cat out of the bag, or how do they used to say it now? So he let issues die down, and it's the same kind of personality he possesses with Wizkid. So despite the fact that people will talk, people will say this and that here and there, you will never hear anything from them. So Two-Face is that kind of person that, despite the fact that different news are flying, are hovering against him, he won't still say anything. Brother, he will let the issue die down, or he will just turn it to a song. He will just turn it to song. I'm sure we'll be somewhere now, you know, trying to cook up a song between him and Brymo. That's, you know. So Two-Face is just that kind of person, and that the phrase is just saying, and I think, to me, to some extent, I think that the phrase is right. You know, saying, why don't you let the sleeping dog lie? Why is it that you are trying, why is it that it is now that you are just trying to say this? And I respect Brymo too a lot. You know, he is deep rooted into, you know, African music. It's more of less like African literature. He's deep rooted in African, I don't know how to say it now, the African culture. You know, when you listen to his songs and all that, his song preaches a lot. It touches all aspects of, you know, African culture. So to me, I would say, Brymo, is it possible for Brymo to, you know, to just do this kind of thing? Like, he's been accused of sleeping with somebody's wife. I mean, let's rate it on a scale of 100%. Is it possible? I mean, I need you people to comment. So we are about to come to the end of this segment, so please remember to subscribe to Facetv on Instagram, Facebook, and if there's any issues you want to comment on, just comment below. Thank you. We've come to the end of this program. Thank you so much.
Please subscribe to Face TV Africa and turn the notification on. Face TV Africa, subscribe, hete.
Face TV.